Welcome back to the weekly review for the Freedom Fantasy League. The season is at an end and only 6 get in to grab for the Rambo bait. For the other 4, it ain't over. There's still more. The Mortifer still awaits.
Yes.
Let's see what happened last week.
All right. So last week, in a failed attempt to avenge his loss earlier in the year, Racer X was once again destroyed by Bambata, 188.05 to 179.55. Jalen Hurts and Christian McCaffrey were the heroes for the winner, but it took an unfortunate injury to Ramondre Stevenson to do it. But a loss is a loss. Mm-hmm. Yes. Bad luck there, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sucked.
Cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
In another close match, Form Blazing Sword was sheathed by Blitz, 174.55 to 168.05. The combination of Jared Goff's incredible 68.90 points. That's a dang good score for a kind of a so-so quarterback.
Yeah.
And Austin Eckler's 27.40 was able to handle the overproduction of Devontae Smith and Bam Knight, Dalton Schultz, and Ezekiel Elliott for Blitz.
Mm-hmm.
I had all in the sword as he prepares to run away from the Mortifer. Yeah, absolutely. All right, in a match between number 4 and number 5, Super Mariota Brothers extinguished Blue Hair White Dragon, 188 to 177. Both those were even scores.
Yeah, they were.
Even though T. Higgins said, "Fool you," and played one snap, and DeAndre Swift scored well below his projections, Miles Sanders' incredible 47 points made up for the roster fumbles. BHWD has 5 players overproduced, but it wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just like me, I had some strong production, but not enough. Same thing with her.
Yeah.
They said some bad water in this house. Okay. That's going to lead us to the match of the week.
Yes, the match of the week. All right. Even though it was number 2 going against number 8, this was a match of epic proportions. So it was a rematch from week 5, and even though she was out of the battle for the Rambo, Mom Spaghetti was looking to avenge her previous 273.40 to 264.16 loss to the gut. Hang on. Let's just sit on that for a second. She had 264.16 points and lost.
Freaking lost.
Yeah, that score would have.
It
would win every single week against every single team except for this one team on this one week. And if you're wondering that, what happened, that was the week when Gabe Davis had his best game of the season against Pittsburgh. Remember, in the first drive, he had like that 68-yard touchdown or something like that. Then a 99-yard touchdown. It was terrible. It was crazy. Yeah, the win would only give Mom Spaghetti sweet revenge, but the loss would have huge implications for the gut. If he lost in number 3, Snake Eyes won, the Snake Eyes would tie the Guts record but have more points and bump him out of the bye. Snake Eyes was playing last place God's Yard, who already was waving the white flag, so the Gut had to win. As she finished the season with the second highest point total in the league at 2,598.36 points, this is more proof that Mom Spaghetti just had a bad luck season this year, but constructed a great team. As the Sunday game started, both teams had 4 players score over their projected points, when Jamar Chase and Jerry Jeudy each contributed over 30 points for Mom Spaghetti. Mike Williams and Tony Pollard both came close to 30 points each for themselves for the Gut. At the conclusion of Sunday's game, Mom Spaghetti was up 182.80 to 142.75, and the Gut only had one player, New England's defense, to go on Monday night. With a lead of 40.05 points, when I asked Mom Spaghetti if she was concerned, she remarked that she wasn't even worried about the match, but she should have been. As the Monday Night Football theme started, which every time when I hear it makes me ache to hear Hank Williams Jr.'s, "Are you ready for some football?" I mean, come on, NFL. It's been long enough since Hank said that stuff about Obama. Let's get back to something that worked, because that current theme song doesn't. Now, let me ask you, bro. If I asked you what is a marshmallow, what would you say?
A marshmallow is I don't even know. It's not a fruit. It's a food.
Yeah,
I don't know
right. It's something that
you poopy thing that you roast.
Yeah.
Or you put inside marshmallow treats. It's a treat.
No.
It's
Actually,
treat food.
no. Actually, it's the guy who does the Monday night. Are you ready for some football thing?
Oh, is that guy?
Yeah. So come on, man. Yeah, I bet you wouldn't say that. That's the artist most tied to this year's Monday Night Football song. Like if you go ahead and look up Monday Night Football and who did it for this 2022, it show that Marshmallow guy. Yeah, but you didn't even know it was a guy named Marshmallow. Anyway, I digress. As the game started and Kyle Murray managers and Ramondre Stevenson managers saw their hopes for a win be carted off the field, it was evident that the game was setting up for the New England defense. As they kept sacking Colt McCoy and creating tackles for losses, I asked Mom Spaghetti if she was watching what's happening. She again remarked that she wasn't even worried about this game and wasn't really watching. Well, she should have been. On the back of an interception and a fumble that was returned for a TD, when the fourth quarter started, New England's defense had over 30 points and was pressing hard, giving the gut hope that they'd be able to hit that 40-point mark. When Colt McCoy threw the interception, excitement no doubt exploded through the gut when the interception plus the ensuing return yards gave his defense 36.40 points. Only 4 points away from victory and a bye.
Unbelievable.
Alas, that was the end of the scoring, and Mom Spaghetti pulled out the narrow win, 182.80 to 179.15, screaming, "Vengeance is mine!" while the gut screamed, well, other things. Yeah, when Snake Eyes whipping the dog poo out of God's yard, more on that in a bit, the gut moved to a third and out of the bye, and is now fighting for his right to stay in the battle for the Rambo with 3 other teams this week. Yeah.
I guess Mom Spaghetti was right. I don't have to worry. It's fine.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. I mean,
it was fine. It didn't matter.
She ultimately was okay, but man, there was a
fine.
time
She saved herself the worry. She didn't even care. It's like, I'm fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, there was a time though when she was nervous. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, all right, so let's move on, bro, to the blowout of the week.
Yes, blowout of the week, as previously mentioned. Let's see what happened. This one was truly embarrassing. In the last match of the season, Snake Eyes poisoned God's Yard, beating him by an amazing 123.90 points. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
With a score of 177.80 to 53.90.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Really?
55. Couldn't even crack 100. Yeah.
Yeah. McFly, I don't know if I've ever seen a score that low.
No, I haven't.
It was so bad that it made me think about Buford T. Justice and his famed words, "There's no way you came from my loins." To be fair, God's Yard, he did get hit with an unfortunate injury of Kyler Murray, who only gave him 1.25 points, but started 3 players that were ruled out for the game as unexcusable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he started quarterback who plays. He goes out on injury, gets 1.25 points. That's bad luck. But not starting 3 players that have an out distinction, that's just wrong, dude. Unexcusable.
Yeah, exactly.
I know that life is busy and you weren't in the battle for the Rambo, but come on, man. It's a game. Keep playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also didn't help that he started Mike Gesicki, who hasn't scored since week 10. Okay, that was a month ago, right? Week 10 was a month ago. And when he did, it was for 6.10 points, 6.10 points. So, yeah, it's not like, I'm holding out for that big game,
Yeah.
Even though, he did score 27 points in week 6, okay? But that was week 6. He ain't scored since week 10, okay? And even then, it was 6 points. Big deal, right? So let's, just to sum this up, to put it closer to home, Godyard, you and I scored as many fantasy football points as Gesicki in the last one. Okay, you and I both. All of us have that in common.
Yeah.
Actually, the whole league has that in common.
Everybody watching. Yeah.
Yeah. Has that in common with Gesicki. So there's that. Just pay a little attention. You don't have to be like super on point, but some things are as big as a barn. You got to see them, bro.
Yep.
Anyway, hopefully he'll learn his lesson from this disastrous year and come back stronger next year. So even though you ended up the year on a down note, Godyard, all is not lost.
Mm-mm.
You're on a bye week next week or this week and have a chance to get away from the dreaded Mortifer. But all you have to do is win. You have to push that last push and win one of the next 2 games. That's all you got to do. And it will be someone else's name that'll be in the Mortifer.
Yep, that's right.
So immortified in the Mortifer.
Yeah.
So you can still win. You can still get out with one freaking win. So get to looking, get to building your team because you need just one win next 2 games.
Yep. Yeah. That's good advice. Yeah, because it's easy to give up, but no, don't give up just yet. You guys are playing. Everybody's playing.
This league is designed to fight to the end.
Yeah, everybody gets a game. You play.
This lane doesn't start. You fight to the end.
You play all the way to the end. That's right. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yep. All right. So So now we are in the postseason. Gone is a leader for the Rambo, and also Gone is a leader for the Mortifer, like we just explained. So let's list who is in the battle for the Rambo and who is in the trenches for the Mortifer. So let's start with the teams that are in the battle for the Rambo. Bombada. Next, Snake Eyes. Next, The Gut. The next, Super Mario Brothers. After that, Racer X. And coming up the end, Blue Hair, White Dragon. Bombada and Snake Eyes have buys this week and will look to join the battle for the Rambo next week. Fighting for their fantasy football lives this week are Racer X versus Super Mariota Brothers, The Gut versus Blue Hair White Dragon. Whoever wins out of those matches will move on to face Bombada or Snake Eyes. The losers move on to fight it out to fill in how they will finish.
Yes.
I can't turn this off. I'm gonna keep this one going. I like this song. Yeah. I was gonna play a different song for the Mortifer, but this is cool. Yeah, right? That was Chuck Norris.
Yes, it's playoff time, bro.
Yeah,
it's excitement.
Yeah,
there's battle in the air. We got to fight.
Yeah,
battle music.
Now here are the teams that are in the trenches for the Mortifer. What's that? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I kept on getting updates. Yeah. Now here are the teams that are in the trenches for the Mortifer. Remember, you want to win at least one game. If you lose both games, then congratulations, you get to display the Mortifer at your home.
Yep.
So here are the ones in that battle. First off is Blitz, and then Mom Spaghetti, then Form Blazing Sword, and then God's Yard. Yeah, so playoff is here. Yeah, so playoff time. Postseason is here. So yeah, so everybody set their rosters. Work hard because now we're starting to jockey for positions.
We're all even. So you have to win. You lose 2 games, those in the consolation bracket, and you have the Mortifer. So you go play to win. Don't stop fighting.
Correct.
Time to win.
Correct.
It's time to just win. For everybody.
Just win.
For everybody.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
So before we end the review, let's take a real quick few minutes and deal with a few episodes that happened last week in an episode that we call Oops, I Shit My Pants. All right. We're going to start with Racer X. We're starting Jalen Waddle over Jameson Williams, who scored almost 3 times as many points as Waddle. This is what you get. Bombada, you get one for starting Stephon Diggs over Devonavon Peoples-Jones, who scored 3 times higher than Diggs. Here's yours. That gut for starting Gabe Davis over Zay Jones, who scored thrice as many points. This is what you get.
And everybody's, if you didn't hear it because the fart noise was going over what he was saying. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. For starting Gabe Davis over Zay Jones. Yeah.
Sometimes I can't hear the fart noises.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
There you go.
You must have had a bad taco, that gut, for starting Mark Andrews over David Njoku, who scored 5 times more points than Andrews. You can imagine
Yeah.
that. Here's the sound of that. And Blue Hair, White Dragon, for starting Daniel Jones over Trevor Lawrence, who scored almost twice as many points. Here's what you get. And Super Mario Brothers for starting T. Higgins over Juju Smith-Schuster, who scored 24 times more points than Higgins. Yeah, because he went out.
Yeah.
This is the sound of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lastly, if you're asking yourself, what's that smell? Well, it's God's yard. He couldn't stop dropping log after log after log. For starting Damian Harris, who was ruled out a day before the game, this one is for you. For starting James Robinson, who was ruled out as a did not participate coach's decision before the game, this one's for you. And you get another one for starting Mike Gesicki over literally any other tight end in the whole world that's in the pool since Gesicki scored a big old goose egg. This one also is for you. Yeah. That's what you get. Okay, that does it.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, now we can
Okay.
now we can move on to week.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right.
Playoffs.
Yeah. That wraps up the week 14 review. Yeah. So with that, I want to make sure and say congratulations to the winners, consolations to the losers, and see you guys and gals next week.
Yes. Now that we're in playoff time, stay strong, be of good courage, and long live the Republic.
Yeah. Good luck on y'all's games, everybody. Yeah. Well, except for the guy I'm going against. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.